Hi everyone, Swanky Markets with the outlook for Monday the 12th of July, the final video to go on YouTube. I've been getting emails from people who are over trading. It is it's something I did at the start, a lot of people did at the start. It's very hard at the start not to over trade, alright? It is the wrong way, believe me. Not only will you over risk your account, but you will also take trades for the sake of it. And most likely traders who are over trading are trading from the lower time frame charts, i.e. 15 minute, 30 minute, 5 minutes, some even go down to a stupid 1 minute, which is ridiculous. That is not the way, right? The way is 1 hour and above for trade setups. You will take fewer trades. It will not be as exciting, but you will make a lot more pips. And you need to ask yourself a question. Are you in this to make money? Or are you in this for excitement? If you're in this for excitement, go to the casino. This is a business, not a hobby. I suggested to a few of you that emailed in, I emailed back, that you set limits to the amount of trades you take a day, which is what I did, one or two a day. That then it'll make you think more about your trades. It'll make you analyze the trade more. I also said to stick only to one or two pairs, and the ideal pairs are your home currency. Those of you who live in Australia, the Aussie dollar. You live there, you know the news there, you know what the economy's like there. Aussie dollar would be one of your specialized things. Those who live in the euro, there. Those who live in Britain, pound. It makes sense that you trade that currency. Alright, those of you that are new, the idea of these videos and things that are now about to be moved onto the site is to show you areas I'm looking at to trade and why I'm looking to trade there. This is not a signal service. It is to teach you how to trade for yourself. I do, like the old saying is, you can give a man a fish and make him lunch, or you can teach him how to fish and he can feed himself for life. And I want to teach you how to fish for yourself. Also, do not risk real money when you are new. Alright, this week on the videos I'm going to concentrate on newbies, giving a little bit of advice on newbies and advising them best I can. Most newbies go into this business and risk real money far too early, and they become a member of the 90% club, 95% club that lose. Go when the site is open, which will be tomorrow. Go through the site, learn our methods, take your time, email us questions, and above all be patient and develop discipline. This is the second hardest job in the world, and if you take your time it can pay you one of the best jobs in the world. Anyway, on to tonight. Okay, this is the pound dollar. Alright, now we'll go through this on a few different time frames because this is critical now. It looks like it's turned, but here we have this is a dark cloud cover candle on the weekly, pinged right off the 78.6 of the daily fib, which is also the 38.2 of a weekly fib. Now should price spike up, this is the area I'm going to look at. I've had one of these zones drawn here from previously from over here on the weekly. You might have noticed it in a few outlook charts. It's also the 50% of the weekly fib and 100% of the daily. Should price spike up, that's the area you're going to look at. Don't forget about the 200 EMA on the daily. I need to fix these 200 EMAs. I haven't done it since Friday close. The 55 is there, 50 of a fib, previous support, resistance and all that should it spike up. However, you've got this trend line there, you've got a 200 EMA on the daily, things like that. If we look on the daily, 200 EMA is there, so should it close above here on the daily, got to watch that level. I talked to you about it, then that's the trend line I said to you a while ago. Now it's right on this daily trend line here. Okay, this is a rounded top, this is a mushroom top, this is a very bearish sign. That along with our weekly dark cloud cover candle that I just showed you here, very bearish. We have our stocks on the weekly starting to go down. They have not crossed yet. This is in the overbought area, and it's been in the overbought area for 3 weeks now. So they start to turn. We have MACD divergence on the 4 hour and the daily. Here's our MACD divergence on the daily. Stocks pointing quite down. Now, should this break tomorrow and a retest on a 4 hour chart, that is where you're going to be looking for it. If it does break, then you're going to be very careful until it gets down to 14775. That is where it may bounce. Okay, if it does break down. Okay, obviously be careful of the 15000 number, which is only 63 pips below where it is now. This is it on a 4 hour. Also on a daily, let me show you, you could say that this here is a pennant and price, or a wedge, whatever way you want to look at it, and price is testing it. On a 4 hour, you could say that this here, I haven't got the line drawn in, but you got the resistance here, you got the support trend line here. This 4 hour has closed below this trend line and this trend line. A retest of last week's weekly pivot. This won't recalculate till the market opens later today at 105.095. Would be a good level to enter in short if you believe it's going to go short. But don't be expecting hundreds and thousands of pips. Just be very, very careful. We have pound news out at 9:30 GMT tomorrow. Let me see what it is. Final GDP quarter on quarter. Now that moved the markets last time, so be very, very careful. Euro. Where's my euro? There's my pound dollar. Where's my euro? I don't know. Let me 1 second. Let me find my euro. Okay, euro monthly. This pin bar here is playing out so far. We're only 11 days into the month, and it's pinged right off. Remember I showed you this trend line, if you remember back. I mean, I don't do it for fun. I showed you, watch that level, and where is it pinged off? Right off that trend line. If you want to, you can go back a few weeks and have a look. When I was pointing this out, was it this, 2 weeks ago, whatever, 2 weeks ago maybe, pinged right off it. Okay, let's look on the daily. Now we have this inverted head and shoulders. This should head up to here, 132.40 level should. However, I have doubts. Alright, I do have doubts. I am being very, very careful. Even though I've taken a long off of this, I'm only doing half my lot size. I'm not convinced. Let's just put it like that. Should price get back to 126, then that would be a good area to long it. It's a logical level. It's a psych level. There's a few reasons why there. If price closes below there tomorrow and closes below this here, then we will look. Then we'll come back to this tomorrow to short. But I'm not quite sure on this pair tomorrow. We know it correlates with the Aussie dollar a bit, and I'm just not quite sure about this pair tomorrow. So I'll have a look at London Open, but I think we'll come back to this tomorrow a little bit. The Swissy, technically, this now is in a downtrend. However, we may get a spike. Okay, now if we go to here, okay, this is taken out 50% of this candle. So this technically is what they call a morning star pattern, and signals that it could go up. Stocks are starting to turn on the daily. MACD is going higher. I don't mean up, I mean it might rise a little bit to come back down. Now the area should it rise, obviously 10700, but I'd be more interested if it got up to 10800. This here I got to change. This will be more or less the same. Yeah, it is more or less the same. It's the weekly 55 EMA, the daily 365 EMA. We got the daily 200 EMA just above, which is starting to point down a little bit. The 21 is going down like a diver going into a swimming pool. So should price get up to there, then I will definitely be all over that to short. However, I am a bit worried about the SMB, as I said it to you before, but watch the smaller time frames. The Aussie dollar. Now, there was big news out about China over the weekend. Came out on Saturday that their imports are up 35%. That will affect the Aussie dollar. The Aussies export a lot of goods to China, so this will affect the Aussie dollar, and it may go up for a few days. Now, the big level to watch tomorrow is 88.43. It's 61.8 to the fib. It is 88.43, 88.32. It is previous support and resistance support, 61.8% of the fib. However, our Bollingjans are pointing up. However, our stocks are in overbought. So, and it is being held down by the daily 200. So, it's technically still in a downtrend. I think I will just wait and see what happens at London Open. We haven't had gaps for a couple of weeks. We may have a gap on this pair tonight, and it's very hard to do analysis on Sunday about gaps that may or may not happen. And with that news from China that came out on Saturday, this pair could move for the next few days up. Obviously 61 points, obviously 76.4 in the daily, which is 90.27, will be huge level. And I will, if it breaks up, that is definitely a level I will watch. If it breaks up above 61.8 and then on it closes above that, then on a 4-hour chart, no lower, I will look to maybe long it there, only half stake long, because that'll be counter trend trading. That's the Aussie dollar. The CAD does not know its head from its bum. It has messed us around a lot lately. However, we have had a big week last week, especially Friday. This went over 100 pips in just under 2 minutes, Friday 12 p.m. GMT. It's right on 102.97. This line has been here before.